Dan and Vinny.
Yeah.
Alex.
My God, after so many years, The Last Guardian, it's here.
It was announced at the E3 in Atlanta, right?
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
it's been around since the days of the N64.
Yeah.
Finally, it is here.
Not a port.
Not a port.
The
It's-
real.
Yes.
The game's out.
The real Last
They should
Guardian.
have just called it the High Def Game of the Year edition, because boy, this was originally what, like a PS3?
PS3. This is supposed to be a
Yeah.
PS3 game. And it's hard to imagine that game running on a PS3 based on the experiences I've had with it so far.
Well, I hope that's the case, that they would make it look like it's supposed to be on a PS4.
yeah.
Are you playing on a pro or a standard?
So this is a standard. I've heard that the pro version of this game does run a little better. There are we'll probably run into a few technical hiccups here and there with frame rate and such on this version.
How is your fighter pilot varmint here?
You mean my bird dog cat?
Yeah, your bird dog
Trico?
cat. He always looked like he's wearing like aviator goggles to me, like
So
on the
this
top
is
of his head.
this is my friend. We met when I was dropped into these ancient ruins, sort of unbeknownst to me of how I got here or what this place is.
When you were Team Ecode?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then he was chained up, and I was like, that's not cool, so I unchained him. And over the course of the game, we have become friends.
Can you pet him?
Yeah.
You just climb on him.
That's just
Well, you can
fine.
climb on him, and then you can do this.
That's what you did to the Colossi.
Yeah,
You had to
then
kill
look,
this
look
thing.
how that thing turned out. Look at you. What do you do? You just give him a little
Get a little leg rub.
leg rub?
Yeah.
nice.
Can you get up on his head?
Yeah, you can climb all over him. I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay.
Is this in the same universe as the previous two? Because wasn't Shadow in the same universe as Eco? Like
I'm
a
not sure
prequel or
that was
something?
ever really
Yeah.
specified.
I thought there were some pretty big theories about that.
Yeah, theories, right? Can you get up on his head? Like
Yeah.
on top of his head? Oh, yeah.
And wait for the spot to glow.
Can you stand up?
Time to go,
Oh,
Trico.
geez.
God.
Oh, my gosh, Alex, that's not safe.
So you may have noticed that we have an issue here. Okay, so the basic gist of this game is environmental puzzles.
Okay.
You're trying to figure out how to get through these ruins to wherever it is that home is. And that involves a fair amount of manipulation of the environment by you, yourself, and also Trico. Sometimes Trico will have to be in the right position to get you up out of a jam, and you have to kind of figure out how to get around there. So in this case, these eye things really freak him out.
It's weird that they have subtitles, and that the little boys, some of his dialogue will be transcribed into subtitles or translated into subtitles, and that, I feel like you tell me, they have not fully committed to the environmental storytelling. They'll give you some clues in the narrative.
Yeah, so there's a few moments where the game basically just tells you, okay, so now you have this ability, or this is happening.
Okay.
So early on, Trico is not very commandable. There are certain things you can kind of point to have him do, but in general, he's pretty much just going to kind of do his own thing.
Do you ever directly control him?
Yes.
Ever?
So
Okay.
when I was just commanding him before about where to go and how to get to where the next jump was, the R1 button, you hold that down, and then there's a limited number of commands you can do once you get to that point.
Okay.
So I think what I need to do is get.
No, he doesn't want to cross these eyeballs.
He doesn't want to cross these eyeballs. Oh, I did this puzzle. I'm trying to remember how to do it now. I think I want to maybe jump over here. No, that's not it. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to remember where I was
That's it.
and how to get through here.
Whoa.
I mean, overall, do these puzzles kind of feel like in the vein of Eco? Obviously, Shadow is a different type of thing, but
It was a different type of thing, but yeah, I would say that they're definitely in the vein. Man, did I pick a really bad spot to start this
Did you-
thing in? Because
can
I
you-
actually can't remember how to
Can
do
you push
this.
and pull stuff?
Yes, you can, but not these, it doesn't seem like.
So he needs to get past that and then up, right? Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I remember what I need to do.
You need to
Get a grip.
Yep. I
What are you
got it.
doing?
So these are like old relics, and I need to smash these damn things.
Glacier's helmet?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Wait, you're gonna smash these eyeballs?
Yeah, I gotta smash them.
Dude.
Sorry, it's just the only way he'll go through.
What a jerk.
Now I
That's
remember.
probably fun.
That's probably like an ancient,
Yeah, what do I care? I'm
Is
just trying to
anyone
get out of
alive in
here.
I guess so. Like, just because your dinosaur won't go past these eyeballs?
So the only real interactions, and I look, this quick look probably won't have a lot of actual story spoilers in it because there's not a lot of real major storytelling in this game. All I'll say is that the only real enemies you run into are these sort of energy beings that inhabit these suits of armor, and they will fight you.
They don't want you to leave?
There's no. I haven't seen any other people running
Okay.
around up to this point in the game.
So I remember I was talking to you stepping on his head.
A little dance.
Yeah, he's giving him a massage.
I'm trying to get him to move.
I was talking to Peter Brown, and he mentioned that I think it was the Japanese version, maybe of what's it called?
Eco?
Yeah, had subtitles for all the dialogue,
I think I remember hearing that, yeah.
which is to me just sounds crazy, right? Because I was like, oh, it's awesome. It's this made up language, but you can
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
what they're trying to get to.
But they actually had stuff I'm trying to say.
All right, Alex, you're trying to command him right now.
Yeah, he's not responding at the moment.
I mean, he's fixated. Oh, watch your feet.
Nah, it's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Here, eat this.
Let's throw this.
Is he still freaked out by the eye?
He shouldn't be, now that I've broken both of those.
He's staring
He's
right
definitely
at that.
looking at something. Maybe you have to move the eyeball piece.
No, it's when I did this before, you just shattered it, and he was okay. So this is the key thing about Trico.
Yeah.
Trico's an animal.
Yeah.
And Trico is commandable to a point, but Trico will also sometimes just kind of do what it wants.
It's willful. Is that fun?
It can be like so. When you get Trico to do the things you want, it feels earned. It feels like you are developing a relationship with this creature over time. Come on, Trico.
I watched a
Here we
video
go.
on YouTube last night of a guy that trained his dog to go into liquor stores and buy him beer.
That seems illegal.
So you can do that. You can teach
Did
animals
the dog
stuff.
have like ID?
No, it had dollars and a little like rubber band on its dog wrist.
See, Trico finally snapped out of it and was like, okay, here we go.
A little framey here and there.
Yeah, so when you get into the bigger open areas, it definitely drops.
Like it seems like maybe the rendering on Trico is intense. Like
Yeah.
all the light and stuff on his feathers.
And especially when you get into like the bigger environments, like there's a lot of scenery that it's
Oh
drawing
wow, yeah. The animation on Trico is real great.
Yeah.
in. Yes.
That's awesome.
The behavior stuff is really, really good. They do a great job with that stuff. I think you may recognize this part from
Yep.
the E3 demo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go spin some light
Eyeballs.
mirrors around. Trico's got a lot of feathers. Does
Yes.
Trico not fly?
Trico can fly for limited distances, but Trico's wings do not seem to be all the way there.
Okay.
Are there any animals with feathers that don't fly?
Sure. Ostrich.
Oh yeah. They tried to,
Penguins?
don't they?
Penguin.
Were they supposed to like evolve to fly, but then nothing ever happened?
I would assume it was the opposite.
Huh.
That they like were flying things that evolved into
Ground
land-based
things,
things.
but they kept the feathers.
Oh,
Feathers are pretty rad.
These environments look really cool.
yes. It is that, you know, it's that definitely that Team Eco style.
Yeah.
Can you do the little foot dance when you're not standing on Trico?
Yes.
Okay, that seems fun.
Trico basically stay and do nothing until you tell Trico to do
Not
something?
always. Sometimes Trico will figure out that you're headed in a direction and will just go there.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and speed things along in command.
Hey!
See, this time he's just responding, I think.
I don't think. No, you're doing the foot dance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like walk forward.
That's the move.
Does it get frustrating sometimes when you're trying to tell him to do something like you know what the solution to the puzzle is, but he's just being dumb? Like,
Yes.
Does that happen?
There are those moments, absolutely.
Good job, kid. Your dinosaur is about to fall in the pit.
All right, turn around because I'm gonna have to make a harrowing jump here.
Is Trico constantly crying?
No, that's just the look.
Okay.
Makeup? Like the crow?
His mascara's running.
Yes, Trico is out for from the grave revenge.
I mean, I love the way that Trico looks and like the animation, everything about it looks awesome.
So I need him to turn around because
Why are you walking like that?
I'm on this like very narrow bar.
He's like pretending to do like the
Yeah, okay.
balancing act.
Here we go. Check this out. All right.
How did you know this was gonna happen?
Yeah. Because he loves you? Okay.
I didn't. You have to take a leap of faith at a certain point.
Huh.
And then Trico eats you. So,
Yes.
do you feel like you're manipulating the game in certain places that you're like, you know, Are you invested in Trico as like its own thing with
I
its
am.
own will, or are you just like, oh, I've got to walk back and forth to get the game to do this thing?
I mean, there are definitely moments where I wish it was a little faster, a little smoother when it came to dealing with some of that stuff.
Like sometimes it feels like what you're telling me, and again, if I were playing it, it might be totally different. Like, oh, I'd be invested in this.
Hang on, this is going to be a moment here, so let's just go through this.
Dangerous.
Yes.
Is your kid kind of an idiot?
No, it's just he's doing the things he needs to do to try and get going.
Really?
And yeah, because Trico wouldn't have moved if I hadn't pushed that.
Is he just getting freaked out by that, and that's why he's moving?
Why wouldn't Trico have moved?
Because it was another one of those eyeball things.
Oh, is there?
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
so you
That was the
destroyed
thing
it.
I pushed was another one of those eyeball things.
Why does he hate eyeballs?
That's
he
the
has
thing.
eyeballs.
They don't explain that right out of the gate. It's,
What
if
did
he-
you see, Alex?
What if he looked in the mirror and saw his own eyeballs? Oh shit.
Is there a lot of this, or?
not a lot. They don't overdo this. These big like, oh god, Trico is saving you at the last second moments. Like this is actually one of the better ones.
Oh, you have very little wings.
On the boy?
No, the,
No, on the
Oh,
Tricos,
Trico,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're not big wings.
He seems nimble.
yeah.
All right, so we can get up here. Hang on, I gotta climb up this animal's butthole.
Yeah, maybe get on the other
geez.
side of it before Trico kind of freaks out.
It's okay. We're okay. Everything's gonna be all
That's-
right. We're gonna be all right. I promise.
So you have like an infinite grip meter? It's not like
Yeah,
Shadow?
no, there's no like you are out of stamina to grip this.
good.
But if like you were to jump off now, Trico wouldn't grab you.
No. No, there are scripted moments in this game, absolutely. Come on, Trico. You can do it.
Do you have to give him that rolly thing?
No, yeah, he's got to try and grab onto this. But this thing is in the way.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Oh boy.
Come on, come on.
no good.
You can do it. There he goes. And now we grab onto him.
So like, all right.
Ugh, there we go.
So what I was gonna say before was
Yeah.
like,
Am I wrestling with the game or am I
well,
wrestling with a creature?
Well, kind of like some of it feels like, and again, me not being invested in the narrative right now
Yes.
or the relationship is like when people roll up to a traffic light and like try to flash their headlights to get the light to change, or like think they're on the pressure pad, like that kind of thing. Like, oh, if I do this thing, maybe I can get the lights to change, or maybe it'll just happen on its own.
That's actually not the worst description I've heard of some of this stuff.
I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but then the lights eventually change anyway.
And then you tell yourself it's because you flashed
Yeah,
lights.
because you flash your light.
Well, I mean, so the command, sometimes it responds to the commands right away. Other times it feels like the AI is fixated on something and that is causing it to not necessarily do what you want. I will say there are moments where that is a little frustrating. Absolutely.
But I could get over that if it felt like that's how an animal might behave, or that's how Trico might behave.
I mean, that's what it feels like to me.
Okay.
That it's responding the way that an untrained wild animal that you have formed a bond
yes,
with
not
might.
like a video game. That's
Okay, so these are those guys I was talking about.
take out your sword,
So
get going.
my concern is, yeah,
Time to haul ass, Trico.
I gotta pee!
Wile E. Coyote.
Trico.
My concern is, everyone tends to hate those levels where you have an AI companion following you.
Escort
and they're
levels.
and they're getting even if they can't die, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, you're getting caught up on geometry. Like, come on, hurry up. We need to get to this next room. Does it kind of feel like you're always in one of those?
I wouldn't say you always feel like you're in one of those. A lot of the puzzles in this game are pretty straightforward, and like figuring them out is just about a matter of just kind of looking around the environment and figuring out where you need to go to interact. The Trico stuff is not constant. Like you don't always have to use him to to get through stuff.
Is there a lot of just waiting for him to catch up?
Oh boy, yeah. So when
Oh.
these things grab you, it's not good. You kind of have to mash buttons to wiggle your way
What are
out.
they doing to you?
So they will try and drag you through this haunted door-looking thing over
Okay.
here, and if that happens, that's kind of game over for you.
That's also very like Team Eco.
Yeah.
You have a spear there? Is that a spear?
Yeah,
on
I
there?
can't do anything with that.
You
though.
can't like shove it into those things.
No. I'm a tiny boy. I can't do anything.
You have a big monster. Tell him to eat him.
Yeah, so
Oh, there's
Trico
an
won't do
eyeball.
anything because there's an eyeball there.
Trico really hits eyeball. And you can't throw the spear into the eyeball?
No, that's not the way that's gonna work.
What's with the butterflies? I've noticed several of them flying around your boy.
So those are like, I think, subtle environmental guides to kind of let you know where you're supposed to be going.
Okay.
Like if you get stuck, that's the way you deal with that.
Ah.
I didn't push that hard enough, so I'm gonna come back. But yeah, I have to ride this chain over, basically.
Oh, you mean come on, ride that chain? That chain?
Yeah.
Come ride it.
Woo woo.
All right.
Wait, is it on like a?
Yeah, it's on a thing. All right, so let's just full bore. Go, 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 go. And then if I can just turn around this way and jump,
Okay, so does that narrative?
Oh, boy.
I'm okay.
Does that narrative stuff kind of just kick in when you haven't done it soon enough?
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like, definitely in areas where you get stuck, it feels like that is the game very something like, hey, you know that thing? This is
Yeah.
what I did. Maybe you should try that.
Right.
But it's not overbearing with that stuff. Like, it's pretty light. And now Trico's gonna fuck these things up.
Oh, really? He doesn't mind.
No,
killing-
he doesn't care about those.
Ghost
He just
warrior?
doesn't like the eyes.
He's gonna get speared. Nope.
Is he eating these ghosts for sustenance, or is he?
Nah, he's just fucking up because he
just
doesn't
likes
like
murder.
It.
Okay.
He doesn't like murder. He's just trying to protect me.
Okay.
Is he dancing on him?
Yeah, he's dancing on their graves. And now I'm gonna pet Trico, make him feel better.
Does he ever do a little dance?
Not exactly.
Does he ever smile?
No, I mean,
What's his upbringing like?
I think dogs like.
it's more cat
smile.
than dog.
Okay.
That explains a lot of the controls then.
Yeah. Come on, Trico. Everything's okay. I will say that I have caught myself a few times while playing this actually talking to the bird dog like it can hear me.
Bird, dog, cat.
Yes. All right, where am I headed next? I think if I go back up this way, there's...
I mean, does it feel like you're playing an old game? Does it feel dated? The gameplay.
No, I mean it feels like like a Ueda game. It feels like that style of game, but I wouldn't say that necessarily feels old. It just feels like that kind of thing.
So if it got announced in 2014 instead of 2008 or whatever,
Yeah.
it would feel totally just at place in this console generation.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
there's elements of it that feel like a little like, you know, late aughts game design.
Right.
But I wouldn't say that it necessarily feels like out of date.
Okay.
I mean, some of this looks like. This just looks like an HD remake of this game.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. And there definitely, you can see certain details where like, okay, they clearly put a lot more horsepower into this that would have just been a flat texture before type
Right.
stuff.
What is this?
So this is
Exploding barrel?
food for our friend here. He eats these barrels.
What's in them?
I don't know, goo that he
Butterflies.
likes.
What if you don't give it to him?
You know, he'll live. Sometimes you have to feed him, like especially strenuous stuff. He needs food to live. And he won't go anywhere unless you feed him.
He missed it.
Yeah, it's right here, dude. You can just have it. It's right there for you.
He doesn't trust you now.
But he doesn't have like a life bar, does he?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't like that barrel.
Come on, you need that barrel. That's for you.
He's hearing the butterflies?
No. He's just waiting for it to be positioned
Oh,
right.
he eats the whole barrel.
Yeah, no, there's no,
It's like a gusher.
Yeah. Does he poop?
not that I've seen. He does have a butthole though, just in case you were wondering.
They rendered a butthole?
They rendered a butthole.
That's where all that horsepower went. I like his eyes. His like
Okay,
Cat
I think
eyes.
I actually need to go back up there.
night
I
vision
can
eyes.
do it.
Whoops.
Speaking of
Getting
the
right
butthole.
in there, all right.
All right.
Have you seen other pictures like on the walls of other tree
I've
coats?
seen statues of other tree
Do they have big horns?
No, they just kind of look like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there going to be a twist
Oh,
at the end
ah.
where he turns into, it's like, oh, he turned into a colossus.
Well,
No,
Dan-
it's the thing that you killed.
Dan, I can't tell you that because I don't know. I haven't finished
That's
the
my
game
guess
yet.
right now.
I'm further along than this in my save at home. I would say by at least a few hours. But I think I'm getting pretty close to the end.
Nice rendering on the inside of the ears.
Yeah,
You're just stomping on his damn head.
he's fine with it. He's cool. Yes, no, I need to go over there. Can you just... He's trying to figure out how to get up there. I could just ride that chain again, but this is easier, I think. There we go. All right, so I just
Oh, and you just gotta get out of here.
walk
this way.
across this.
How's Trico going to do it?
For right now, he doesn't have to get over there. There's a door I can open on the other side, and that's probably what I'll end up doing.
So a lot of exploration in the.
So there you can see where the frame
boy.
rate's kind of getting
Yeah,
chunky.
yeah.
So that doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen in certain areas.
Yeah,
That was very noticeable.
That got
Yeah.
pretty chewy.
But then as soon as I get down here, it's like fine again.
Lantern or something.
So I haven't tried it myself yet. I will before the end, but I'm told the PS4 Pro like solves a lot of that framey stuff.
Like pushes through.
It pushes through. We'll see how I'll test it out myself before all is said and done. But as of right now, like, yeah, the PS4 regular version has frame rate issues, and especially in big open areas, it can be pretty noticeable. I'd say the other major challenge with this game is just going to be getting used to the controls and the camera stuff. Some of it can be pretty frustrating, especially early on when you don't really understand how the character physics work. And like, you know, what constitutes jumping on Trico versus not.
Does it try to explain that to you? Like, is it giving you on-screen prompts, things like that?
Early
or?
on, yeah, it does. It tells you what controls to use. It's just getting a feel for it is tough.
Anything hard?
It can be. I would say it's not really a game that leans toward hard challenge in the, you know, traditional game sense. It's more like, hey, you know, getting Trico to do the thing you want to do and figuring out how the puzzle works is the hard part. But it's not, to me, it isn't, other than a few puzzles where I haven't been able to figure out right away what to do, I have not found it particularly hard.
Sure. So there's no like razor thin timing.
No, I mean, so like the jump that you saw me make early on, I'd say is probably the closest I got to like, you know, a real like, okay, I have to nail the timing of this kind of thing. Eat that barrel.
I just ate.
Is there any kind of persistent upgrade, like you could kill the lizards in Shadow to get the increased grip meter? Like, how are you progressing, like, as a character with abilities?
You're
and
not.
stuff? You're not?
There's
Okay.
no character abilities whatsoever. The only thing you get over time is more commands for Trico, and there's just like a hard point in the story that I missed.
Trico, you,
That's not gonna be good.
Nope.
Oh, well, we'll never know what happened.
Yep. And that's the end of that saga.
受け様あげく
But yeah, so like it's really just about solving the puzzles and eventually getting enough commands with Trico to figure out what to do from there. That's it.
oh, do you learn new commands?
Well, so you start out with almost none. You have a little shield you can kind of point at things early on to sort of indicate where you want Trico to do something. But eventually you lose that and you get enough command. You can basically tell him to sit, to get up, to go somewhere, to jump, or to attack.
Do you ever get like just useless ones, like hey, roll over? And
No, as far as I know, those are the only ones you get. Don't mind me, just solving this jump puzzle. This is actually one of the cooler like environmental puzzles in the game.
Yeah, it's very Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
I can see how camera issues could be a major problem with all these, like, precise jumps
Yeah,
to make.
I will also say the number of times I've died in this game, I can count on like a hand and a half.
Okay.
It's not that bad. All right. I don't think I'm gonna go too much further past this stuff. I think you guys have kind of an indication here of what this game is about.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil too much, but I
look-
like this puzzle a lot, so I'm just gonna do it.
There's nothing that surprising here, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the game that we were sold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say that they do a good job building up the relationship between the kid and Trico. Like I am invested in it. I am enjoying.
I mean,
the
that
sort-
is also the big thing they
Yeah,
sold.
that's the game. And you know, they didn't oversell the reality of like what that character is and how you interact with it.
Yeah, it seems like from the way they marketed it from the very beginning, like that's consistent with what the final game wound up being all those years later.
Yeah.
Right, as long as like technically it runs, and I think the concerns were on a technical level, will it run, and how will the controls be? Because that's what came back from.
Yeah.
Was it TGS when some people played it? It was like, oh, maybe the controls have that real fishy kind of move to it. Or,
Yes,
yeah.
and that's not an inaccurate description. Like it takes some getting used to for sure. And I would still say it, even after getting used to it, it's definitely not perfect. But
cut your hands up.
But I got used to it, you know? And like I feel like now I'm pretty good at navigating the environments and, you know, doing what I needed to survive without too much hassle.
What are you gonna do here? This eyeball.
I gotta climb up it first.
You should break it.
Well, I think I'm going to when all is said and done.
Kick it.
Just make Trico break it to show him there's nothing to be afraid of.
You know, at this point, anything to keep him happy so I can get out of here, I'm just gonna do.
Are there places where you feel like you could have made...
Damn it.
Oh boy.
Trico!
That was my fault.
Like, could you have made it here without Trico at some places?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you have to work together.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna solve this, and then I think we're gonna call this.
Do they usually gate it at some point where it's like you need to have Trico with you to get past this part?
Yes, there are areas where definitely like you absolutely cannot progress unless
Okay.
Trico is in the vicinity.
Like they don't do a thing where he's just mewling in the background and you could leave him?
No. I will also say I wish they would stop with the controller prompts after a certain point, because just seeing it's similar to like Journey, like seeing a PlayStation controller in this is kind of an unwelcome thing.
You can't turn that off?
It didn't seem like there were that many options, right?
Oh well.
No, there's not. All right, we're gonna crash this thing. That's what we're gonna do.
I assume there are not difficulty levels.
No.
With this. Yeah.
No, there is one difficulty,
It
and that
doesn't
is
seem
that.
like that kind of game.
Trico becomes harder to control.
Why do I keep missing that? Just over to. Oh yeah, I need to get to this side. There we go. There we go. I fell a couple of times the first time I did this.
We all fall.
Yeah.
Alex.
Pick ourselves back up. Okay.
I wonder if we're gonna learn why he hates eyeballs.
I have a feeling that revelation is coming. I don't know when, but as of the point I'm in the game now, which, like I said, is a few hours past this, it has not explained that yet.
Vinny, do kids have that type of thing? That kind of fear where it's like, rain scares me, so I'm not gonna step outside when it's raining, or
Yeah, like thunder and stuff like that.
Okay,
Like,
but you can explain to kids like, oh, that's not gonna hurt you.
I mean, at some age,
Yeah.
you know, my kid was like
Why do
afraid
I
of
keep
people.
doing that?
Afraid of people?
Yeah,
Yeah?
like my daughter just didn't like strangers for a long time.
I'm gonna get this, guys. I'm gonna get this.
She doesn't really like big thunderstorms either.
Yeah. I can see that being scary.
My
yeah.
cats don't like thunder at all. They hate it.
Well, at some point, I think, at some point you can get used to anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
You know, I am a firm believer that we all have natural fears for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, big teeth,
Big teeth are a fear?
things with big teeth.
Oh, I'm sure some people are afraid of big teeth.
I think as an animal, you're probably afraid of things with big teeth and big claws.
They can eat you.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean that's why monsters have big teeth and big claws, right?
Yeah. What about the glowy eyes? Why do they have glowy eyes?
I think glowy eyes are like night predator, you know,
They're
predators.
like cat, like lions?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I needed to do.
Small like eyes on the front of the head. And, you know, and just stuff that looks unnatural, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff
Yes.
that's asymmetrical.
Like
is-
Planet Earth, the neon vampire squid thing that lives underneath the ocean or whatever. Like that doesn't look natural at all, and that's scary as hell.
scary as hell.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like something not right about that.
Yeah.
Sorry if this is giving you vertigo.
No, this is
good.
fine. I've never experienced vertigo in my life.
I don't think I have either.
Nah, I'm completely lying.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What gives you vertigo?
Heights.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
As it tends to.
Wait, I thought spinning can do it too. Because like in Arrested Development, Lucille 2 was never up high when she had bouts of vertigo.
I think
That's what you're using as your frame of reference?
I think she would get dizzy, like the same way I might get dizzy if I'm on a height. Like, oh, I'm losing my balance kind of thing.
But she called it vertigo. Well, I know vert, the prefix means like vertical.
So like vertigo for me, it feels like, oh, I'm gonna fall down. Like, and it's like, oh, my knees are gonna go weak. I'm gonna fall down.
But that only happens when you're high up?
Yeah, that's what triggers my like disorientation.
Weird.
All right,
I wonder
fuck
why
that
that
then.
happens.
Sometimes I get it like on the edge of a subway platform.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be a little hectic. Bear with me, guys.
You got jump from this high?
Pretty high up.
Pretty high. Oh,
No, wait, no, it's over here. Sorry. Wrong side.
boy, there's a lot of trust going on here.
Crap.
I missed.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Why do
All
we
these
miss?
things
Why
I
do
got-
we miss, Alex?
So that we can restart where we last were.
You don't like the if I jump here he'll grab me stuff?
Normally he
No,
does.
I like to know what I'm doing, and I like my success or failure to be dependent on if I did it right.
He's just watching you, Alex. He does not care anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't want to just
He
wait.
caught
and
me
be
the
like,
first time I did this.
Yeah.
Do you have to jump on his head?
Maybe I'm just not lining it up right.
I wish Trico did a little growl or something to let you know that I'm ready.
Yeah. Or a wink. He winks
yeah.
at you. Or his horns glow.
Maybe I can just ride this.
Yeah, ride that chain down a
No,
little
I
bit.
still gotta jump.
All right.
Get on his butt.
Caught him.
All right,
Yeah.
good.
That time I caught it.
They did a good job where Trico looks like a believable animal.
Yes. Agreed.
Whatever it is, whatever composite animal they've made, it looks like, sure. Yeah, that probably comes from somewhere. That looks like it could be on Earth.
It's like the dodo, right? Was dodo more of a bird or a duck?
That was a bird.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the difference?
Well, a duck is a bird.
Right. Were dodos duck-like or bird-like?
I don't think I've ever met a real
dodo.
Well, no, you're still talking about a bird though, so ducks are technically bird-like.
I'm talking about normal flying,
those are-
crow-looking
yeah.
birds or ducks. with
Ducks
water around
fly.
in their face. Yeah, but ducks.
I know what
Ducks
you're
are
saying.
shorter
I know
and
what you're saying,
stouter. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Does it sit in the water and just kind of float around?
Yeah, they got a fat little bottom,
Right.
or is it like a hey, I'm a bird
Like
flying
big
around?
web feet kind of thing?
Yeah.
I
I thought dodos were more kind of ground-based, big dumb duck type things.
don't know how big they are.
There we go.
I'm gonna guess rooster-sized.
Well, I think we're
Yeah.
gonna call it here, guys. I don't want to give away too much more of what happens here, but this is The Last Guardian. It is out now on PS, or I think it'll be out on Tuesday, which is tomorrow as of the time we're recording this.
It's here.
It's here, it's out.
real video game.
And I think it's pretty good. I think if you are in any way predisposed to the Fumito Ueda type of game, it's scratching that itch.
I really liked Wanden, or what was the name of it? Not Wanden Colossus, the
Shadow of the
Shadow of the
Shadow,
Colossus.
yeah.
I really liked that game. I did not like Eco as much.
Vinny, I'm with you. I love Shadow. I appreciate Eco. I think there's some beautiful, awesome things about that game. But playing it, I definitely was more of a Shadow guy.
And this kind of feels right in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I would
Kinda,
call that for sure. It definitely feels like it's striking a middle ground.
But cool, thanks, Alex.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, Trico.